Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Excited to offer you guys, as you'll see in this video, if not the, definitely one of the nicest TJs currently on the entire US market. I don't say that frequently, and I feel that we consistently bring the top condition TJs to the market, and this is one of the nicer ones that we have recently had in. And we sell typically most of our TJs well under 100,000 miles. They usually fall in the 30, 40, 50,000 mile range. This is a absolutely beautiful, beautiful TJ. 40,000 original and documented miles. We are shooting this in 4K. We are going to upload it in 4K. So please make sure if you're viewing this on YouTube, via YouTube or our website, you are doing so in 4K. Flawless Carfax, clean and clear title, an absolutely beautiful Jeep. And full disclosure, we got this Jeep just the way it is as far as the upgrades, and I'm going to go through all that. I know the history of this Jeep very well. We don't typically leave, when a Jeep comes in with chrome, we don't leave it on. However, we understand our preferences may not align with everybody else's, but we left this chrome on here. Typically, we would remove those chrome inserts as well as the headlight bezels, but if you want us to, we will. Those literally pop right off, and what we typically do is buff around the grille, but it sort of fits the Jeep with everything, with the side steps. Those are very, very nice running boards on there as well. Jeep does have a 2.5-inch suspension system. We'll get into that as well. The paint on this thing is incredible. It's all original paint. It came in phenomenal condition, but we spent 4 or 5 days paint correcting it. This paint, it's absolutely gorgeous. We also did our traditional painted bumpers, painted flares, everything that's black on this Jeep. We painted all the blue Patriot blue paint. We paint corrected, and it's absolutely gorgeous. That is an original windshield. The only thing that you're gonna find, it is pollen season here, so when you see stuff like that, that is literally just pollen. This thing was fully detailed, but it's been outside for a couple hours waiting for me to photo and video. Flares removed, sanded, and repainted. A lot of dealers will, of course, use some sort of dressing or armor all on there. Look how clean the wheel wells are. Absolutely incredible. This Jeep was bought brand new in Florida and had been in Florida pretty much up to about 3 or 4 years ago. It came to Pennsylvania about 1,500 miles ago, where the owner up there, and we do have the records for it, it's also on Carfax, did what's referred to as a oil bath. It's a undercoating rust preventative service, and we'll get into that here in a moment. So you're buying a Jeep that's been in Florida its whole life, pretty much, for a majority of its life, and then has had an absolutely perfect history as far as maintaining the condition of it and everything else. Body panels are absolutely straight as can be. You're not going to find a TJ this clean or this nice. It is absolutely gorgeous. 285, 75, 16 tires. Beautiful tire. That's a Quadratec wheel right there as well. Very, very nice setup. 2.5-inch lift, coils, shocks, track bar, sway bar, end links, transfer case drop down. We also have 2 keys, 2 remotes. It does have a very nice CompuStar remote start system that works perfectly. But look at the reflection of the paint. Once again, freshly painted flare. The top is also newer. It's in phenomenal condition. Now, as nice as the paint is, please expect maybe some very, very small paint chips, very, very minor scratches, but no defects, no damage, anything like that. Rear bumper painted as well. License plate bracket painted. Good looking wheel and tire combo on this. The rear fifth light has been properly raised up as well. Just a good looking clean rig right here. Just a beautiful reflection off the paint. Wheels are perfect all the way around. Once again, wheel wells look absolutely brand new. I mean, they are perfect. Look at that paint, the body panels. And this is all original paint. No panels have been repainted. This is all factory. Top of these fenders usually take a beating. They're flat, they get scratched up. Water sits out here. While we're here, let's go ahead and pop the hood as well. Show you a common area for these things to get a little funky. So this area of all these, not all of them, a lot of these TJs get funky. Water sits in there, they'll start to rust. So I'm going to show you guys when we get to it the undercarriage, and the service that was done for the rust proofing is not a traditional black undercoat. It's an oil bath. Some of you guys may be familiar with it, some of you guys may not be. Essentially, it's a special oil made to prevent rust from forming and everything else. So the whole undercarriage, besides the exhaust and a few other components, have a oil on it. It's a thick oil. It stays on there for years and years, and it's the best way to prevent rust from forming. There's no questions about it. So that's a really, really nice service, no matter where you live. Check out the terminals on the batteries are greased. We didn't do that. The hardware for the battery itself is greased, prevent corroding. Everything's original on this Jeep. Paint, hood, fenders, you name it, it's all original. Look how nice and clean. I mean, just look at that paint. It's gorgeous. It literally looks new. You do not find them this clean, I promise you. Obviously that guy's painted. Mirror housings are also painted. While we're back here, and check out the inside of that gate. Beautiful condition. Usually this is really scratched up from throwing things in here over the years. Carpet, It's just so nice. Just beautiful condition all the way around. That's greased as well. I mean, a lot of little details on this thing. So I don't know if this guy has to be locked. Let's see what we got here. Maybe let go of it. There we go. I think it's gonna start. Yep. Got both remotes, which is nice as well. And then I'll have to read the instructions. Maybe hold it, or maybe hit it twice. There we go. A really nice feature to have. Door panels, spotless. Check out these seats. Very clean. No burns. Seat belts are very clean. I can't tell you how many times we have to pass on a Jeep that has very low mileage but has not been taken care of. And it sort of pains me to have to do that, but this is one of those ones that absolutely represent the miles. I almost rather have a 100,000 mile Jeep that's a 7 out of 10 than a 30,000 mile Jeep that's a 7 out of 10. Does have the original books and everything with the leather. Nice upgraded sound system throughout, so the speakers are upgraded front and rear. Obviously the head unit has a nice little sunshade top as well. I'm sure this is that's greased. Go ahead and take it on a... All right, let me show you this. Talk so much about this oil bath. Let me show you guys it. What I do for you guys. So for you guys that haven't seen it, it may look a little crazy. So you have a very thick oil that's all on essentially the metal, the cables. It's everywhere, as it should be, and it's sprayed on. It doesn't drip off, doesn't in some areas like this where the floor pan may look dirty, that's just road debris gets up there and it will obviously stick to the oil, but there's a barrier. So, and that continues everywhere on the bottom of the Jeep. So the Jeep is extremely clean, and obviously it's not on the exhaust or anything like that, but it's even on the transfer case. Just gives it a nice coating on all the lines. I'll show you some other areas too. So where the side step is, this part, it can make it look dirty just because there's a little bit of road debris sticking to it, but very clean. See, the frame is very smooth. Control arms very smooth. Get up in here. That's above the transmission. You don't see them that clean. Very clean. Like this. Don't get the steering wheel oily. All the handles are all very clean. Look at this steering wheel. 12 o'clock is perfect. Those usually get real brittle and break over the years. This is a common area for bad rust to build up on this piece of metal right here. No issues. You got your Bluetooth, your microphone. I mean, she is absolutely the right one. Original windshield. All the glass on the Jeep, for that matter, is original. I'm going to turn the volume down for YouTube purposes.
Anytime they inbounded the ball.
So if you hear a little bit of, yeah, more than a little bit. So these overhead LED light bars do put off some wind noise, and there's these little spoiler clips that you can get for them. And this one definitely is making a little bit of that noise. Almost sounds like a whistle. I'm gonna jump out and see if a lot of times you can adjust them. Let's go down a little bit real quick, get a better place to pull off. There we go, right here. We don't use these light bars anymore. They were popular years ago, but they definitely work well. But they definitely make some noise. Yeah, she's a little tight. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to adjust right now. I'm gonna tighten up this antenna as well. Guess if you have the radio on, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but if you guys want us to put those fins on there, they do make a big difference. And it also really depends on the angle of the light bar as well. And I'll tell you what helps out too are the covers. In some states, you actually have to have them covered. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can hear that. We're definitely going to do something about that. We'll probably just end up getting a cover for it. That way, from an inspection standpoint on where you are, you'll already have the cover, and that will help out with that noise. And also, if the light bar isn't for you, we'll happily uninstall it as well. You can tell as you slow down, the pitch goes away. I was gonna turn in there. So not much noise around 40, and then it starts to it starts to come in a little bit. Jeep drives great though. Good upshifts. You'll see right around 40-ish, she starts to die down. Four-wheel drive indicator immediately goes on. As we're on the asphalt, I can definitely feel the way it's gripping. Put it in neutral, transfer case neutral. Put it in four-wheel low, indicator is on there. Put it in drive, and oh yeah, she's she's in low. Don't want to do too much, but it immediately goes in as it should. Comes out right away, indicator lights out. We went from low to two-wheel drive, and it got out instantly. No having to go in reverse, no jamming things around. That's nice. That noise, however, is not. What we'll do too, you can definitely adjust the angle of the light. That has a lot to do with it. But as far as the drivability of this thing, it's absolutely perfect. I mean, track's perfect going down the road. Great driving Jeep. All right, guys, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to contact us at 855-955-3377. Thank you.